Today I'm going to show you how to improve your flow using the Orchestrator skill. So the first thing is the story. We have the circle map. It's beautiful, it's great. We can see live trails when Claude touches anything. It lights up, it's beautiful. But the layout is a square, but the map is a circle, and it also has dead spots. So that's not really efficient. So we made it a square, and we need to fix this tooltip. So now it's a square. It's looking pretty insane. Looks like a computer chip or something. Here is your Claude MD, the global, the project one. And wait, this is the global, this is the project. Yeah. And now I want to make sure that our trail system actually works. So I asked for an audit of the entire trail system so that we can see what Claude is doing in real time, what files is he touching, and all of that stuff. So usually what I would do in the past, I would just read that audit and then I would read the end of it, read the recommendation, and I would say something like, yeah, let's just do it. And I would skim read it and just maybe best case scenario, I would just say, yeah, let's just do whatever you can do well and then hand off the rest. That's how I was working in the past, right? Or someone can just tell Claude, yeah, let's just do everything. And then Claude will try to do everything. He will go to like 500,000 tokens. He will not be efficient anymore. He will do many mistakes. So this session already spent 100,000 tokens on just doing the audit. So doing anything here really doesn't make sense. You could just ask this session to prepare a handoff, but let's just do it manually. So I'll open a new session and I'll say something like, hey Claude, good morning. We just did an audit of the entire trail system and we found some stuff that we need to fix, and we also have suggestions on how to improve it. And this is important because this is the face of the application. This is the first thing people see on videos or whatever it is. I think this is one of the most visually compelling sections of the app, where you can see in real time what files Claude is touching, and they are lighting up, and they have different colors for different agents for different tasks. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to show you the audit, and then I want you to load the orchestrator skill and follow the orchestrator skill. Basically, the orchestrator skill is a built-in skill that you get in Valo. Valo is a desktop app and an agent all in one. Let me switch this to 4.8 because this is a lot of stuff to do here. And let's just send it. And I'm not going to touch anything. And let me just show you how it works. So first of all, as soon as he will start dispatching the chats, the right side panel will automatically switch to the mini chats. And then you can see the back and forth work with the mini chats. And it's different than background agents because you can actually see what's going on. You can intervene, you can talk with the mini chats as well. And they are prompted differently as well. They are prompted in a way that allows them to have that back and forth with the main chat, and the main chat has the back and forth with you. And the main chat keeps all of the context about what needs to be done instead of reading code. So he's almost replacing you, pretty much your project manager. And it's such a great improvement because I did an orchestration session recently today after improving the skill, after improving a lot of stuff. And it was such a delight because I remembered how it used to be, how I tried to do everything in one session. And it's impossible. It would never have worked because that audit, we spawned like 7 or 8 different mini chats, one after another. One found something that the first audit didn't found, and all of that worked only because they had fresh context to work with. So you take a complex task and then you break it down into small pieces, small context, fresh context. And sometimes sometimes it's drifting. Sometimes Claude can forget what he's doing, or sometimes a mini session can go for longer. But that's why the main session, the orchestrator now, also gets the exact context. Once a session finishes, the main session also gets the exact context count of that mini session. That way he can judge if it's time to close and wrap up and open a new one. Basically, the orchestrator skill is we are trying to teach the AI how to vibe code, how to how to do the same stuff that you are doing, managing multiple chats, managing decisions. Now, because the main chat has the room to think, it's actually going to work much better. He can survive for longer with understanding what was done without going into the nitty-gritty of the code. Pretty much exactly what we are doing. By the way, now in the chats, you can also see little icons, what chats were with Codex, what chats were with Claude. Here you can see the cross message notifications, cross chat notifications, and you can see the token count. How do you want to handle square mode's growth animation, given the grid reflows every node on each batch? Wait, I didn't even notice that. Grid reflows every node on each batch. Do it the nice way. The orchestrator really tries to simplify everything for you. But I still like to be in the loop. I still like to understand. I could just click the first option because that's usually what Claude prefers. He thinks this is the best. But sometimes one of the best option can be here as well. Also, you need to understand how your application is working. You need to understand at least the overall stuff so you can keep that in memory. You can keep helping sessions in the future, because otherwise it gets a mess. You can just you know, once again, you can just click yes, everything will work, but then some of the stuff will break and you will not even know how to help Claude to fix it. You know, once again, eventually he might be able to fix it, but it will take long, it will be expensive, it might break something else in the meanwhile. So let's see. Wait, Claude, are we talking about the indexing specifically? Because grid reflows every node on each batch. I never even noticed that. I never noticed that on a radial map. Well, on a radial map, I never noticed any problem. With the square map, I didn't work long enough with it to notice anything really. But if you're talking about indexing, perhaps, because that's gently reflows each batch, that reminds me exactly what happens when we are indexing. But maybe the map got so big already that I never even noticed any reflow whatsoever. So I have no idea, to be honest, exactly what we are talking about here. But a gentle reflow is completely fine. If you added new files, it's completely fine. But we don't need to do more work. More work is not exactly what we are trying to do. We are trying to keep it simple. So all of that extra context that I just added will help Claude more than you can imagine, you know. It gives it like the decisions, and he can hear sometimes stuff in the things you are saying that you are not even aware of. Oh, indeed, it was about indexing. So that's a nice example as well. Like not understanding any part of the app will not you will not be able to understand the questions about the app as well. You can break it down though. That's one of the skills as well. That's the plain terms you see usually when you talk with 4.8, because 4.8 likes to really complicate things. 4.6 is naturally talks in more simply kind of. Now Claude is reading this chat because that cross chat notification came in while I was answering. Wait. Am I? Okay, Claude, you just archived. I put it back, but you archived the working chat. So we have a problem with the orchestrator skill. One thing that I can think of is that you are not keeping a live to do task, just as the orchestrator skill asked you, right? You have the create task tool that you need to use. You did archive. Yes, yes, Claude, you did archive because I clicked restore and the chat was working. Wait, am I tripping? I clicked restore and the chat was running. Wait, maybe. Yes. It's on video, Claude. I'm recording. I have you on video. Unless unless something got me confused here on the right panel. No, nothing got me confused. I remember there was just two chats. One of them was running, then you closed it while it was running. Then I clicked restore and it got restored. So check yourself, please. The fuck? That can happen sometimes. It's hard to manage so many sessions at once, and also keep everything in mind, what needs to be done. Caught in 4K. Now he has to take care of whatever I'm saying, then whatever this chat is saying. Wait, what? Why is this chat? Is he archiving himself? because he can do that. Oh yeah, this chat. He's trying to archive himself. So why is it not working now? Man, that made me think we should tell the mini chats to archive themselves instead of expecting the big chat to keep all of that in mind. Yeah, the connection is very slow right now. Is the cloud status okay? Let me check real quick. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe that's my connection. Okay, Claude, I need to ask you. Okay, nice. He caught himself. Okay. I need to ask you something. Is there a reason why didn't use the tasks, the create task tool? I mean, obviously you can't know because it was a previous turn, but let me ask you, do you think it would be easier for you to now that you actually did it? What's easier to use, the task create for you or what you were doing naturally before that, just keeping a table? Will the task create tool actually will help you keep track of the chats? What is the better system? Why do you think this mistake even happened in the first place? Also, you know what? We should later fix the orchestrator skill. Instead of telling you to keep track of what you need to archive and archive it as soon as it's finished, we now instruct the mini chats themselves to archive themselves. But there is a problem. One mini chat got stuck on trying to archive itself. It's it's the square growth animation one with Opus 4.6. I think it's trying to archive itself, but it's like, let me ask it if it's stuck or something. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely stuck. Why can't I can't even send it a message. Something is wrong, Claude. Where is my send button? Oh, I'm speaking. Of course. I can't. Man, I should be able. Send a mini chat on this. We need to build it right now. When I'm speaking to you, the main orchestrator, I should still be able to send my message to a mini chat. That's a lot of stuff. You see, I'm trying to work on stuff, and there is so much stuff. That's why you need the orchestrator. Can you try to archive yourself, Claude? Is that where what were you're trying to do? Because looks like you tried to archive something, but you got stuck or something. Let me turn off the notifications. I forgot to do that. Archive yourself. Boom. Man, I love it. That's it, Claude. I archived this chat that got stuck. I wanted to test if self-archiving still works. It does, which means we can definitely update the orchestrator skill. Let's fucking go. I love it. I'm done. Bye. Boop. Okay, task create versus the table, which is actually better? Honestly, they do different jobs and I should use both. Oh, really? Task create is the memory, table is your window. Okay. I mean, honestly, well, honestly, task create I can see as well. That's my window as well. So I don't want to overload you with tasks. It's difficult as it is. You have to keep track of so many stuff. I'm trying to take the tension from you, away from you. So task create helps you with the memory, telling sessions to archive themselves when they are done. Oh, wait. What am I saying? How can they archive themselves? No, wait. That way, oh man, that way the cross message notification will not arrive if they archive themselves as soon as they are finished. So that doesn't make any sense. Oh my. What am I even saying? The only way it can work is if you are archiving them or telling them to archive themselves, but this is ridiculous. It's just easier to archive yourself. So, unless I'm missing something, tell me what I'm missing. Because it's I love it when sessions archive when a session can archive itself. It's so satisfying to watch. It's like it's just living by itself. I don't know. Wait, what? Wait, Claude, number two, there is a genuine design fork. Each mini chat gets its own inline input box. It already has it. It already has it. So all I have to do is to be able to send my message to that mini chat because currently the app works in a way where if I'm talking, it assumes that I'm talking, so there is nothing for me to send. It's almost like all of the chats are sharing the same input or something, you know? That's what's going on. And we started with the trail system. That's crazy. We started with the trail system. I thought I'm going to show you how it's going to take care of the trail system and what was looking like one prompt turned into many little chats, but it was done and it's working. But it's this plus a lot of other stuff that you remember and you notice while you're doing stuff. And it works great because you can solve it as soon as you see it. Because this chat doesn't touch code, still fresh, and we can still do so much. Wait, Claude, first of all, an archived chat can be cheaply continued. What do you mean? Wait, or are you saying that, oh, are you referring to the cache, perhaps? The 90% cache that is going to go away once we are archiving something? But here is the thing that doesn't make sense to me. We just archived the chat that was in the middle, he was actively working. We archived it, then we restored it, and it still worked. Nothing broke, nothing, it was still working. So maybe the CLI memory is actually not resetting. So archived chat can be cheaply continued. It even the skill says so. So I'm very confused why you are saying this. unarchive is just one tool call away. I'm not trying to say that whatever you arrived to is incorrect. I'm just trying to correct you on this specific stuff. So let me keep reading. The fix isn't stop self-archiving, is don't let it fire until the work is truly confirmed done. Okay, that's right, okay. But then you don't know if it's done or not, right? I mean, you can tell a mini chat, do this and then archive yourself, but you as the orchestrator will never know if it was done or not. That's the only problem. It could work. It could work. Maybe something small like commit and then archive yourself, or what else? I don't know. But I don't know. I don't feel like it's because the user is going to eventually rely on you to know everything that was done and relay back the information to him. So if you don't know for sure what was done and what wasn't done, I guess self-archiving just doesn't work. How should aiming your voice at MiniChat work? Wait, Claude, it's not even about voice. I was talking to you using my voice, and then I started typing into a mini chat, and I couldn't even send it because I couldn't press enter because there was no enter button because it thought that I'm talking, so there is nothing to send yet. That's the problem. There is nothing complex that needs to be built. Just let me send the message that I typed into a mini chat while I'm talking in the main chat. Let's start simple. Always good to start simple. Then the foundation also looks better, and building on a better looking foundation also results in a better looking code. Because Claude, a lot of the times you can build your foundation following the style guide, and then if the code is beautiful, most of the time Claude will try to stay within the same. I'm saying Claude just because I'm used to it. It can be any AI. He's going to stay within the same style pretty much. Is going to try to make it look the same, behave the same, feel the same, look the same. Then we can also actually see the map partially being lit up by the mini chats, I believe. No? Let's see. Maybe that's more regression than I remember. So let's stay till the end of the video, and then that's where I'll actually show the improvement. Oh, let me actually... Claude, there is something else that we need to fix. The toggle that says square, radial and square, the one that lets me pick the mode of the map on the right side panel. The tooltip of that is being clipped by the chat renderer on the left. So on the z-axis, the drop-down needs to be above the chat renderer so I can see it. Or even easier, actually no, forget easier. Let's just do that properly and that's it. Yeah, I was about to say we can render it to the right side, but no, that will be ugly. So yeah, let's just take care of the z-axis. Obviously, yeah, send a mini chat for that. And I'm saying that because, of course, this is the orchestrator, but sometimes if you give him too much of a direct order, what needs to be done, he can just do it himself and forget that he's orchestrating. That happens as well. So if you're already doing a lot, it's good to remind him sometimes exactly how you want stuff to be done. So don't rely only on the orchestrator, right? Also be there for the AI, help it along. Yeah, that's exactly. Wait, actually, I said to Claude that I don't need mini chats displaying on the map because no one is going to look at his mini chats like this, semi-transparent. That's not that's not a thing, you know. Like radial maybe, but nah, nah. It only works with code. When you have the code and the map, that's pretty cool. But now with the square one, even the code looks weird. Maybe I should one day divide it or something like. But no, two panels like this will never work. Two panels like this will also not work. That's why I think like I went with this one. I love it. I love watching the map and the code running like in the Matrix, in real time. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's go back to the agents. We also have some chats that are unarchived, which also happens. You have to remind Claude to do that. It's never, no matter how hard I'm trying to improve the skill and remind Claude to do that, he still forgets sometimes. What if we, Claude, you know what I noticed? When we are working with the orchestrator, when we are getting deep into the work, after 100,000 tokens or so, you are forgetting to archive the mini chats when they are finished. And it's understandable, there's a lot of work. So, what can help a future orchestrator to not forget? Maybe, what if we say in advance that you need to also, in the task list, you also need to remind yourself to archive the chat once it's done. Maybe even explain why, so it will not look redundant or silly. Because it will look silly at the first glance, but we can see that it's not silly when the context is getting super heavy. By the way, I wonder if I still have the Explorer agent that is made for the visual stuff. No, I removed it. Yeah, it was confusing Claude about who is the actual Explorer. Sometimes it was sending the visual one. Yeah, I remember now. Okay. Let's see what Claude has to say about archiving chats. Because even the task create he forgot to do. So it's. Yeah, the orchestrator skill is a heavy, heavy skill. Heavy skill. Very hard to get done right. So that's why it needs your help. Trying to do here as much as I can. I'm sure Fable would handle this better, of course, but running Fable all the time, you're just going to end up without anything to do at all. So this this way it can be done much more methodically. You can study what's going on as well. You can be a part of what's going on. Okay, nice. Baking that into the skill rewrite task now. It's a little bit dangerous though because I'll have to go over that manually later. Either manually, either with Opus 4.6 together, just us, a separate session where we go over all of the redundancy because you know how it is. AI likes to write a lot. So what could have been said in like just one sentence, it can say it in like something very long, and then it adds more complexity, more stuff to understand. Even when you are editing your own skill and you're telling Claude, hey, add something or change the skill so it will work like this, Claude is not reading the entire skill and making sure that there is no tension or any contradictions. That's literally your work or a dedicated session's work. That's highlights even more the importance of fresh context and targeted work. So you would think like, oh, okay, Claude is reading the skill every day. Wouldn't it told me that something is wrong about the skill? That's exactly the point. No. If you want to work on the skill, it has to be a separate session, just working on the skill, making sure it's clear, clean, the sections making sense. Actually, what I just described, it's almost like 2-3 sessions just by themselves. You can work on a skill just, you can spend 4 sessions just by structuring, not even building the logic, none of that, just structuring, making sure it's not redundant, making sure it sounds nice, making sure it reads easy, making sure that a fresh Claude can understand what's going on, making sure that a small model can understand what's going on. Thank you, Claude. Do you want to actually archive the chats now? Because it's funny how I'm telling you that you're forgetting to archive, and it's not even enough for you to understand that you need to archive. The context is not that heavy. It's just 170,000 tokens. I have a feeling that I'm missing something. Or, I don't know. Maybe it's not heavy, but it's a lot to keep track of, and that's why. I don't know. It seems simple, a simple instruction, but for some reason it gets lost. Even the task create tool, you didn't create it. You didn't use it from the very start, even though the orchestrator skill says to use it. So I'm not even sure what we can do here. Maybe you have an idea. What's going on in that little chat? Now he's waiting for... Yeah, he's waiting for agents. Yeah, this turned into... I wanted to just touch the map, the audit of the trail lines, and it turns into fixing so much stuff. The orchestrator itself, like toggles and settings, and that's how it is. That's how it is. That's why the orchestrator is so valuable. Those mini chats as well, being able to talk to them, because sending work in the background, that's actually a rule that I never break. That's actually a rule in Valo. We never build in the background, because building in the background, sessions they just do whatever they feel best. They don't feel like they are in a conversation. Holy shit, all of those sessions are finished already. Wait, again you did a mistake. Holy. Wasn't there a chat that was waiting for something? Let me see. For an agent? Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Yeah, even following what I said and then following what's being said in this chat, look, he has to read all of that stuff, make decisions, then answer to me, then decide what to do, and then also remember to archive the chat and create the task tool and all of that stuff. Yeah, it's a lot. Fable would definitely handle this better, especially such a heavy session. But you get less decisions to make, decisions that are actually important, and you run through your session's time much quicker. But I will say that the gap between running Fable, for example, and doing everything in 1 hour and running out of session time, and then having a result that is good but maybe not exactly what you wanted, and then having more time but working with Opus 4.6 or 4.8, getting exactly what you wanted, but maybe it will take you longer, but you will still have more time, right? But this gap between those two different options are getting smaller and smaller. But then again, like, I want to say that Fable is not taking you on the journey. It's not telling you what's going on. It's just doing everything by itself. Now, this is what you want, but also what you don't want, because you do want to understand what's going on to be able to make the right decisions. But then maybe that's just another form of cope. All of the coders that are, oh, slop, and they're just complaining, and it's obvious, of course, they are hurting inside. It hurts. They learned for 10 years. 10 years they spent on how to code and how to write code, how to architect, all of that stuff on their niche, specific niche. And then someone just comes and builds entire websites, back end, front end, everything, platforms, applications. Yes, it's a little bit sloppy. Yes, it breaks here and there, but still, right? It's insane. And of course, everyone just latches into what they can. No, it's slop. Oh, you don't understand how it works. No, you need to understand, you know. Maybe that's a little bit of me, because I started with a small model and we built stuff together, and I'm feeling that it's doing me a service that I understand how stuff works. But maybe, yeah, you don't need to understand. Maybe the more time passes, the less you actually need to understand, the less of the thinking, the less of the decisions you actually need to see. Depends on what you're doing, of course. Depends on the level of control you want to have and stuff like that. Depends on how much you care about stuff. I don't know. But once again, is it the cope creeping in? We will see. I don't know. In plain terms, your whole audit is done and saved. Every spot on the map that used to stay dark now lights up, plus the 3 bonus fixes you spotted. Okay, blah blah blah. Let's just open a new chat. Haiku. Let's build Valo on Windows. Let's go. Nice. Build is ready. Now we restart. Now I actually want to test something. Let's open a new chat. Let's take Haiku. Let's open the map. Let's start with a radial. Wait, is the tooltip even fixed? I didn't notice. Nice, it's fixed. Okay, now... Hi Haiku, good morning. We just fixed the trail system on the map on the visual layer on the right side panel. Can you just go and read a bunch of files at different spots of the code base, just randomly, absolutely randomly? You don't need to read all of the code. Actually, just read one line out of every file. Pick like 50 files and read just one line out of them. I want to see the trail system on the right map, on the map. On the right side panel map, I wanted to say. Okay, let's first see how it will look on the circle map. Maybe Haiku is too small to understand this task. Okay, let's see. Oh my god, is he going to write a script that is going to do that? Bro. Oh, he just collected them, I guess. Okay, let's go, let's go. Okay, nice. Let's look at the square now. Nice, here are the files. But he finished already. Keep going, Claude. This was nothing. This was, I only seen like 10 lines. I need 100 of them. Keep going. I don't need you to read anything. I don't need any discoveries, nothing. Just one line out of every file. That's it. I just need my map lightening up, showing me in real time what files you're touching. That's it. Haiku is good for that because he's fast. So, okay, he understands now. Okay, let's see how it looks. I also want to see how it will look if when I switch a chat, it should change the color instead of being gold. Okay, I guess he's preparing the list of what he's going to touch again. Oh my god. No, that's not how it works. You need to physically go to every file. I don't know what it was, this sampling thing. I don't know what it is. Man. Oh, I'm just getting frustrated because I don't know how this works probably. Okay, 4.6, welcome back. I don't, man. I have a feeling that he will just get it, what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. Oh my god, here we go. Here we go. I'm laughing because I'm such a retard, man. Oh man. Of course, all I had to do is to tell Haiku to use read tool calls, not PowerShell. Of course, I got frustrated because I didn't know how to prompt it properly. Man, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. It's nothing like the radial map. The radial map is boring next to this one. Man, this looks so cool. It's like a live chip, like a live computer chip. Man, this is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. Man, this is so cool. And it's fast as well. Because he's reading only one line, I guess. Man, this is so cool. This is such a cool demo. And here is your project Claude MD, the global Claude MD, and Claude reading files in your code base in real time. You can see exactly what he is touching. Man, that's beautiful. I would expect more files to be touched. Why? I wonder why Claude focuses here so much. We can also work on, man, this is, my eyes are melting. I feel like I'm losing focus. Wow, this is so cool. It's like something is being written here or something. I also was thinking about organizing it differently, having different sections and stuff. We can play with it later as well. You know, you can also click on every one of those and see the actual connections as well. You can see the nerve map if there is any nerve map. For example, the red connections, that's the nerve map. You can also see that in the project info, in the project shape. You can see largest files, most connected files. You can see all of that here as well. Man, this is, I like it so much. Yeah, like this, it's even looks even better. Because this is a color festival. It's like it's so hard to focus, but it's beautiful. Man, this is so cool. Now I see what's going on. He just took it almost by the same order. Actually, no, he went lower first. I was expecting it to reading those files. He just keeps going. I don't even want to stop it. I don't know why. How is my context doing? Am I good here? Yeah, I'm good. It's just one line. Yeah, it's just one line. It's fine. Let me keep recording. Maybe I can use that footage as well or something. I don't know. I don't want to I don't even I don't even want to stop it. It's so cool. So beautiful. And by the way, you can also go to your settings and then you can go to appearance and then you can click on I work with multiple projects at once. And then all of your other projects are right here. And all of them also have the same map and an index and everything and a complete understanding of the project. So you can use the cross chat skill and then Claude can talk to different projects. And it's almost like an API. So unlike the Obsidian, where, oh, it's my project, everything is here, and now you have one poor Claude that is trying to manage your entire brain dump of all of your projects and everything. It's impossible. You have to have it modular. That way is much better. You need to grab something from your other chat. You use cross chat. You talk to the API. You talk to the Claude that is living already inside of that project. He has the memory from that project. He has the connections. He has the index from that project. Instead of sending your Claude fresh to a different project to learn it all from scratch, it's ridiculous. It's I can't, man. This is so good. It's so good. There is nothing like it. There is just nothing like it. Nothing like it. Streamer mode, security mode, guards, supply chain protection, live map, context control, agent and IDE all in one, self-aware IDE, granular permission control, tools are visible, CLI tools are visible, context control over the tools, over the agents, over the system prompt, over the per model prompt. Like, who has this? Dragging chats into panels, like, get out of here.